Welcome back, Flare community. Happy Friday. Yes, it's the end of the week, and it means that it's time for Flare Finance Friday, the weekly community-driven investment. So, yeah, great to see you all here. We've got Lucy B in the house. We've got David, Jimmy Thing, Anna. Nice to have you here. I heard that you pulled up to get some Wi-Fi just for the occasion. That's some extreme dedication. We've got Abdul in the house and Stephen Michael Music making an appearance. So, yes, it's the same as every week. What we're going to do is we're going to look over at the Discord polls. And if we go over to Discord here, you guys, members and Patreons can actually vote over here, the Flare Finance Discord. The Flare Community Discord in this Flare Finance Friday channel. So here's what we've got today. Pretty static in terms of movements. What shall we do with the Songbird pool? And that comes out to keep the Songbird. What should we do with the claimed SFIN? And that comes out at putting it back into the SFIN pool. And finally, XFi. And we're just going to keep the XFi with that too. So in general, I think that we may be down due to the fact that we did have a fairly large amount in XFi. So it looks like Songbird's gone up, I think, since last week. But XFi, it's definitely had a rough time. I mean, what date are we on now? The 4th. We go back to, well, it's going to be somewhere around this area. So yeah, it's almost halved. So it is what it is. But something that I did want to do is last week I did not actually wrap all of the Songbird. So we can do that now. Just quickly do that here and confirm that transaction. And yes, we got Chanley. Nice to see you made it too. So back to Flare Finance. So what do we have claimable this week? We've got 5 10,000ths, another 5 10,000ths, and 6 10,000ths. So it looks like the SFIN pool is definitely treating us the best at the minute. So, and we also have some delegation rewards too. So may as well claim them now. Perfect. Yeah, exactly, Anna. You know, the price of XFi and SFIN, they've definitely been decreasing. There's no way of sugarcoating that. But the truth is, they got to go up at some point. These tokens do have utility. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what is going to be that breaking point. So let's start by claiming all of these. And there is something that I would like to ask you guys soon as well. We can take a look over at Flare Loans, and I'll ask you something in a second to do with managing the portfolio. And I guess that's one of the good things for turning up to these live streams. You do get an additional say. So let's get all of these claimed. SFIN, accumulate while you can, says Chanley. Yeah, you know, I think this is definitely a range in which I've been buying some personally. I did say anything below 100,000 is probably in my buy area. So I have been scooping up a little bit here and there. Obviously not financial advice, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see, got the classic refresh problems here. There we go. So let's claim this one. And as always, what we're going to do is we're going to look over at the chart as well. And I think after this week, we're going to have 3 points of, we're going to have 4 points of reference. So I can start making a nice, pretty looking chart for you guys on the next week, on the following week. So let's claim the last one. Yeah, even better, Chanley. If you're just accumulating it from the farms, then I guess it's completely risk-free. It's no, you haven't really lost any money. Be very intrigued to see how the Flare Finance platform works once Flare Wrap is unlocked, because that should be due pretty soon. I mean, last time I was speaking to the co-founder, Delvin, he was saying that It's going to be a few weeks away, and that was a couple of weeks ago. And what they're relying on is the custodian to finish some bits and bobs on their behalf. So yes, I guess we will see with that, but I'm intrigued to see how much liquidity it will bring to these assets. You know, it could maybe alter the price of XFi and SFIN, and I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Okay, so this is something that I did want to talk to you guys about. Fleur loans here. We did actually have some SFIN, I believe it was SFIN, in one of these protocols. I think it was just the SFIN staking pools, and we'll have a quick look at that and can maybe get a decision from you guys. So XFi collateral here, SFIN staking, and yes, we do. We've got 0.0028. Now, this is the amount that we've accrued for the past 2 weeks, and in my opinion, I don't think it's as good as having this in the SFIN pool. This literally hasn't changed in 1 week, so it's really from just 1 week and the price hasn't really increased. So my question to you guys in the chat is, should we withdraw this and put it into the pool, or do you want to keep it here? I'll let you guys chat about that in a second while I just make some changes over here and we start, I guess, adding to this, because I believe if we go to the polls, what shall we do with Songbird? Keep the Songbird. D, that's this one. So happy days. And as we did just wrap some, in fact, we do have some more to wrap, so I'll quickly wrap this and I'll throw this back into the wrapped Songbird pool. So that's going to be wrapped in a second. Yeah, what do you think about that? That's SFIN in the Flare Loans bit. You know, I'm tempted to just do this myself because it doesn't actually make sense. The last week this hasn't changed, and we could definitely be putting the SFIN towards better use, in my opinion. Let it be like that, but no stake into it anymore, in my opinion. Okay, we'll leave it for 1 more week if that's what everyone wants to do, and we can check these values next week, and if they haven't changed, then it's definitely going to be an executive decision to put it back into Fleur Farm. So, the last thing that we have to do, really, is to put all of the SFIN that we've claimed back into... hold up. There we go. Change staking, my bad. There we go. Stake SFIN. Confirm. That was an additional 0.017. Beautiful. And then I guess the last thing to do is going to be to update the update our Excel spreadsheet. Now, for those of you who are interested, there is a great portfolio tracker created by Higher Manus, JC Collins, and with his permission here, I've modified this slightly just to be a little bit more simplistic. He's got all of the bells and whistles, as you can see here, but we don't really need that for our particular portfolio tracker. So if you are interested, be sure to check him out, and definitely worth a follow as well. Puts out some great information. So let's just get some of these figures and go from there. In fact, what we need to do is we need to deposit the wrapped Songbird into the wrapped Songbird pool, right? Before we forget. And hopefully the lock-in is late, and we may be even be able to accrue some of the delegation rewards too. Time will tell. Give it another refresh. Perfect. Change staking here. Put that up to 100. Another 1,494 wrapped songbird to add to the bank. And yes, we're going to check out the Excel spreadsheet here. Now, currently, it looks like it's been hovering around 19,900. That's when we first started. Did take a dip. It's gone back up to above 19,000, and this is going to be the new calculation once we input these figures. So it will be very interesting. But I predict that it may have gone down, and time will tell. So let's start getting some of these figures. In fact, the first thing that we need to do is go over to FleurX and get the prices, because they have definitely changed. We can go to the portfolio here and yes, get some of these prices. Look, last week was at 85,000. It's definitely not that much now. Let's go here. SFIN, 45,000. Not going to bother with the decimal places. Yes, we've got Canary dollars still remaining the same. Looks like Songbird may have gone down too, so let's quickly switch over to that. Oh, it's about the same, so not too bad. Paste that one in. And finally, XFi, which was previously last week sitting at 3.72. XFi over here, yes, almost 50% down, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to update our portfolio, or the Excel spreadsheet over at Fleur Farm. Yeah, so let's start inputting some of these numbers. Come over here, come over to the data, week 3, and where are we? Songbird right here. So that's increased by just over 1,000. We have XFi, which should have remained the same. Yep. And finally, SFIN, which should have increased. Yeah, Chanley talking about the under-collateralized Canary dollars. That's true. We can have a quick peek at that in a second. Let me just update this real quick. And yes, so I do need to change these formulas real quick. Oops. Perfect. Whoops. Give me a second. Draw them down. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. And let's see. Yeah, not looking good. Maybe 15,000, just over 15,000. There we go. 15,544. So overall on the portfolio, we're down by about 25%. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to actually create a nice looking chart for you guys so we can track it. And in general, the market has gone down, so it is what it is. And hopefully, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll have our head back above water. So yes, back to what Chanley just said briefly. We can quickly have a look at this. Go over to Fleur Loans. You do get this panel down here, and shows you all kinds of information. And I did actually read that tweet which you mentioned, Chanley, about Patty talking about the under-collateralized loans. But right now, as you can see here, total collateralization is 152. Previously, this was sub 100%, which was slightly worrying. But yes, if we go over to the liquidations, hey, we've got To Be Frank in the house. Nice to have you here. We can see that a lot of the loans now are much higher than the 110% threshold. So that's always good news. Looks like things are back on track. And yeah, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Wow, that is a big loan. How many digits do we have there? So that's a 1.7 million Canary dollar loan. Jeez. Okay, guys. Well, that wraps up Fleur Finance Friday. I guess that's it. You know, we did pretty well. Again, the portfolio is down. Next week, I'm going to have a nice looking chart for you guys. So that's something to look forward to. Thank you all so much for watching as always. Enjoy your Friday and obviously the rest of the weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.